I just want to make sure something is very clear to you. You gave birth 3 whole days ago, so you have absolutely no excuse not to come to the funeral. Not only that, you are going to do all of the planning and preparation as well as taking care of both of your kids by yourself. That is all your responsibility. My son was just ripped away from me. I am overcome with grief and agony. You were his wife, so you have no choice but to be strong and do what's required of you.
Angie, I understand that you're in pain, but I hope you understand that you're not the only person who is overcome with grief and agony right now.
Excuse me? How dare you think that your pain is comparable to my pain? I gave birth to Ryan and now he's gone. I'll never be able to hold him in my arms again. You've only known him for a few years.
10, actually.
That's a few compared to how long I've known him. He's been my son far longer than he's been your wife.
I told you, Angie, I'm aware that you're in pain. Being a mother myself, I think I can understand how you're feeling right now. But I never even had a chance to recover from giving birth. I am at my limit. And worst of all, my poor daughter Katie was so excited for the birth of her little brother. And now just a few days after she finally gets to meet him, she's lost her father. Her entire world has been turned upside down. I'm her mother, and she needs me by her side during this time, and that's exactly what I plan to do.
I have never heard an excuse as pathetic as that one in all my days. You mean to tell me that you can't even give a proper funeral to your husband? I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for Ryan to live with such a terrible wife. It must have been a struggle to make it through every day. All for him to wind up getting killed in a tragic freak random accident. And not only that, he left 2 poor innocent children in the hands of such an unfitting mother. I would say he's turning over in his grave, but you're too lazy and uncaring to give him a proper funeral.
You don't need to remind me how tragic and shocking Ryan's accident was. I've been asking myself, why Ryan, over and over again ever since I got the news. To be honest, I am still having a hard time believing that it's true. But I don't have time to think about myself and my own sadness. I have 2 kids to worry about. I need to be as strong as I possibly can for their sakes.
Exactly. And that's why you need to do whatever is necessary to ensure Ryan has a proper funeral. Anything else will be a dereliction of duty, both to Ryan and your children.
I know, Angie, and I'll do whatever I can. But that's just the problem. I can't do much right now. I still haven't fully recovered from labor. I can't do everything by myself.
Oh, don't give me that. It doesn't matter what you think you can or can't do. All that matters is that you do it. How many times do I have to tell you this before you'll understand? You've always been thick-headed.
I am well aware of the fact that you've always hated me, but right now you need to understand that I am going to need help with the funeral. I've talked to my sister, and she said that she's willing to do the brunt of the heavy lifting for me.
You what? This is the funeral for your husband and my son, and you think you can just leave everything to your sister? Have you no sense of shame? Your children are watching you, Molly. I thought you said you wanted to put on a strong face for them. You're not going to get away with using giving birth as an excuse for not handling the funeral by yourself. You've already given birth. That job is done, and now you need to do your new job. It's not like you've got some disease. Is this your idea of strength? Is this the idea you want your children to have of you? A pathetic weakling who doesn't even care enough about her husband to take care of his funeral? If you're not going to do this right, then I'll just have to take those kids away from you. I'll raise them myself and give them a proper upbringing.
Are you out of your mind, Angie? There's no way that I would ever agree to something like that. Do you know what Katie said to me the day we found out Ryan died? She said not to worry because she's going to help me take care of her little brother. Can you believe that? She is a 7-year-old girl who just lost her father, but she's still thinking about her family. I was so proud of her when she said that. She is a kind, strong little girl, and I am going to do my best to protect both her and my newborn son. So please, don't do or say anything that would come between the 3 of us.
Unbelievable. You're talking about me like I'm some kind of malicious interloper. All I'm doing is expressing my concern for you 3, and this is the thanks I get?
I know exactly what you're doing, Angie. You're trying to use our tragic situation as an opportunity to take my children away from me. And I'm telling you that it's not going to work, so don't bother.
Oh, sure, you can talk tough now, but what's going to happen to you without a breadwinner in the family? Are you actually planning on raising them both by yourself while working full-time? There isn't a company in the world that would hire you for anything. You're an imbecile.
The only thing that I can do is work as hard as I can for my kids, and that's what I intend to do. And for the record, I don't view you as a malicious interloper. Quite the contrary, I would greatly appreciate anything that you could do to help us out.
Oh, well, isn't that convenient? You're not going to give me my grandchildren, but you expect me to help you? How incredibly selfish. Tell you what, if you want me to help you out, I'll make you a deal. Give me one of the children and I'll do what I can.
My children are not objects. I'm not going to barter with them. I've had all that I can take of this conversation. I'm going to lay down and rest now.
I have never been more disappointed with a person in my entire life than I am right now. This is your husband's funeral, you idiot. I don't care if you just gave birth a week ago. That is no excuse to pass out in the middle of the service. You're probably just faking it anyway. And then you went and called an ambulance? Oh, shameless, utterly shameless.
You're mean, Grandma. I don't like you.
What? Did you just call me Grandma?
Yeah, I did. And I don't love you anymore. I hate you. I never want to see you again. You're not my grandma anymore. Stay away from me and my family.
Wait a moment. Katie, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me, Katie. My mom's phone kept beeping and it was really loud, so I wanted to turn it off. Then I saw that it was you messaging my mom. I might only be 7, but I can read just fine. I looked at the messages you've been sending my mom. You've been bullying my mom, haven't you? Mom always told me to be nice to you, but I'm not gonna be nice to you anymore. I hate you.
Katie, wait, you don't understand. There's a very good reason for the way I was talking to your mommy, okay? You see, mommies have jobs that they're supposed to do, and your mommy wasn't doing her job at all. That's why I got mad at her. I was just telling her that she needs to do what mommies are supposed to do, that's all. Don't you understand? Your mommy fell asleep during your daddy's funeral. Isn't that mean? Imagine how your daddy would feel if he saw your mommy sleeping at his funeral.
You're lying. I know you're lying. She didn't fall asleep. My mom just had my little brother a few days ago, but you made her do a bunch of work. I watched my mom all day today. She's really, really tired. But even though she's tired, she kept smiling and saying she was okay, even though that wasn't true. It's all because she didn't want me to be alone today.
Oh, but Katie, your brother wasn't born today. It was almost a week ago. Even if your little brother was born today, that still wouldn't be an excuse. This is your daddy's funeral, and your mommy was being very lazy. You remember your daddy is my little boy, don't you? It made me very sad to see your mommy being so lazy at my little boy's funeral. And it's good to express our feelings, right? I was just telling your mommy how she made me feel.
I'm 7 years old, Grandma. I'm not 5 anymore. You can stop talking to me like I'm a little baby. I'm not, and you're lying. I saw everything. My mom was tired from working so hard and was heading over to her chair to sit down and rest, but then you stuck your leg out and tripped her. So she didn't fall asleep. She didn't fall down either. You tripped her.
What? Oh, no, dear, that's not true. You must have been seeing things. Your grandma would never do that to your mommy.
Yes, you did. I saw you do it. Then my mom hit her head and got knocked out.
Katie, you have to believe me. You're mistaken. Look, I don't like to talk about your mommy this way, but the truth is that she's not a very nice mommy. She doesn't love you very much.
Stop lying to me! My mom loves me. She's always gonna love me. You're the one who doesn't love me or my mom. And that's why you're always being mean to her. When the ambulance people came in to pick her up, you tried to get them to go away, too. Even though my mom was hurt really bad, you told them my mom didn't need their help. My mom might be hurt really bad because of you, and I am never gonna forgive you.
Katie, please don't talk like that. I was trying to protect you from your mean mommy. I would never do anything mean to you.
My mom is not mean. You are. I don't trust you anymore. I love my mom, and I hate you because you're mean to her.
Katie, let's talk about this, okay? I'm sure you'll come to understand why your grandma did what she did if you just talk to me.
I don't want to talk to you ever again. Leave me alone.
Hey there, Molly. How are you feeling today? Let me know if there's anything at all that I can do for you. If I can't do it for you, then I could talk to my wife and have her head over to your place. I just want you to know we're both really concerned about you and your kids, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Hey, Roger. I really appreciate you and your wife's kindness. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting there, little by little. It's crazy, though. I still don't remember much of anything about when I fell. Everything seemed like such a blur. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you about what in the world happened today. I hate to drag you into my family's business like this, but I don't know who else to talk to.
No, you don't need to worry about a thing. Go ahead and drag me into whatever you need to. Ryan was my best friend ever since we were in college, and I owe it to him to do whatever I can to support you. He talked about you a lot, you know. He always said what a wonderful woman you are, how much you care about the kids. He said you were the glue that held the family together. I know the last thing that he ever wanted to do was to leave you like this.
Wow, I had no idea Ryan talked me up to other people like that. Thank you so much for telling me, Roger. That means a lot. I really needed to hear that. It's just, I feel so terrible for Katie. She's the biggest victim in all of this. She was a total daddy's girl. She adored Ryan, and my biggest fear is being unable to fill that hole that Ryan's death left in her heart.
It's totally natural for someone in your position to have self-doubts, especially considering the way your mother-in-law always treated you. But believe me when I say that you don't have a thing to worry about. I know for a fact that Ryan was completely confident in your abilities as a mom.
Wait a second. You knew about me and my mother-in-law? But how? Did Ryan tell you?
No, actually it was your daughter, Katie. She was so concerned about you when you fell down. She was right by your side the whole time, even in the ambulance and the hospital. By the way, about your fall, did you know that your mother-in-law stuck her leg out intentionally to trip you? Katie saw the whole thing, and so did I, so it's a sure thing.
You know, I kinda had a feeling that was the case. But like I said, my memory from that day is so foggy, I don't remember much of anything.
And that's not all. After you fell down, she started shouting, "Don't you dare fall asleep now, you slacker!" Then she got on top of you and started slapping you in the face, trying to wake you up. But you don't remember that either?
Oh my god, I had no idea. Is that how I got this bruise? I thought it was from the fall.
No, that was your mother-in-law. After the dust had settled a bit, Katie came and talked to me. She wanted to know what she could do to save you from your mother-in-law.
Wow, I guess an awful lot was going on while I was out. It was you that called 911 for me, right? I'll bet that Katie figured she could trust you when she saw that. I'm really sorry that you had to deal with all of that.
No, really, I was glad to do it. You don't need to apologize.
Come to think of it, Katie has been telling me that I need to call the police. Do you think that's what she was talking about?
Yeah, I'll bet anything that's what it is. Actually, she was asking the paramedics who showed up if they could arrest someone. Then she asked one of the security guards at the hospital if they could go and arrest her grandmother. It must have been a huge shock for her to see her own mom getting slapped around like that.
Really? She was pretty determined to see Angie in handcuffs.
She said that when somebody does something bad, they have to get arrested. And if her grandma didn't get arrested, that wouldn't be fair. She also seemed afraid that she would do something like that to you again, or worse. I'll never forget the look on her face when she said to me, "I don't want my mom to die, too." You've got one amazing little girl, Molly. She's smart, strong, and caring, and incredibly mature for her age, too. But at the same time, she does still have that certain special, childlike innocence about her. She seems like she's thinking a lot about how she can help protect her family.
She told me right after Ryan died that she was going to help take care of her little brother. I guess she wants to do whatever she can to protect me, too. Well, thank you for telling me all of that, Roger. You were always a good friend to Ryan, and it's incredibly kind of you to keep thinking about us even after he's gone.
I owe a lot to Ryan, so it doesn't matter to me how many years go by. You can always rely on me if you need help. And by the way, there's one other thing I need to tell you. This is something that he had been talking to me about for a while before he died, and since you're his wife, I think you deserve to know everything. Now, I should warn you, this may come as quite a shock. If you're not feeling well right now, I think we should wait until another time to talk about it.
If it's as shocking as you seem to think it is, I think I should hear it as soon as possible. Go ahead, Roger.
All right. This is really hard for me to say, but I have good reason to believe that Ryan's death wasn't an accident.
What? What are you saying, Roger?
Well, Molly, are you ready to give up and let me have my grandchildren? You know you can't look after both of them by yourself. Stop delaying the inevitable and do as I say.
I was very clear with you about that, Angie. The answer is no.
Oh, please, you had to call an ambulance and go to the hospital over a little fall. And you expect me to believe you can handle being a mother? Let's see. Katie seems like she's been thoroughly brainwashed by you. There's not much I could do with her. I'll take your baby son then. There's still hope for him.
If you think I would ever give either of my children to you, you're insane. You're a criminal.
What? A criminal? Me?
Yes, you rotten old hag. I know that you tripped me on purpose. Then you jumped on top of me and started slapping me after I passed out. Katie saw everything, so she knows just what a monster you are. I will be pressing charges, so I hope you're ready to go to jail.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. You're actually going to press charges against me? I'm your mother-in-law. We're family, you impudent brat.
Not anymore, we're not. I don't want you to ever talk to me or my kids ever again.
You must have hit your head pretty hard when you fell because you're delusional. If you cut me off, who are you going to have to rely on? No one, that's who.
Shut up, you senile old snake. I still have my mom. I don't need you. But even if I didn't have anyone else in this world, I still have my 2 children, and they are more than enough for me. As long as they're here, I can take on any challenge life throws at me.
Ah yes, the old strong, independent woman trope. Newsflash, Molly, the only reason you've had food on your table for the last several years is my Ryan's hard work. What have you done since marrying him, All you've ever been is a housewife. You can't make it on your own.
I will do anything and everything that my children need me to do for them. If I need help, I can ask my parents. But I would rather die than allow either of my children to fall into your filthy, blood-stained hands.
You have no right to keep them from me. As long as those 2 have my son's blood running through their veins, that makes them my grandchildren. I have just as much of a right to raise them as you.
Where'd you get your legal advice from? Social media? My God, you're such a moron.
You can't insult my intelligence. I've been alive for far longer than you.
Trust me, I can tell from how much of your skin is sagging lately.
How dare you? I am just as beautiful as I've ever been.
Oh, I bet you think so. You must think that if you're attractive enough to sleep with another woman's husband, you must be hot stuff.
What? What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I have no idea what you're referring to. Stop making such ridiculous, baseless accusations.
Baseless? You're wrong, Angie. I've got plenty of hard evidence. It was all a parting gift from none other than your dear son.
Ryan? Oh, nonsense. What evidence could he possibly have had?
Come to find out, he personally saw you out on the town with a man he'd never met before. He just so happened to be across the street when the 2 of you came walking out of a hotel together. He was absolutely furious and immediately started digging into your relationship. After all, you gave me grief for being a housewife, but you're the same as me. Your husband has been working for decades to support you, and yet you have the gall to walk around with another man in broad daylight?
Come to find out? What's that supposed to mean? How did you come to find out?
Ryan's best friend told me. The 2 of them had been talking about what to do about you for a while, and that friend was the one who hooked Ryan up with a private detective.
A private detective? You must be joking.
I'm afraid not. He did a very thorough report on you. And do you know why Ryan did that?
I don't know. Because he was shocked to see me, his mother, with another man?
Oh, Angie, you really are clueless. If he was just upset about your affair, do you think he would hire a private detective? No, he'd simply confront you about it.
Well, then why? Stop beating around the bush and tell me.
He was trying to get you to stop being so cruel to me. You think he didn't know you were acting like a wicked stepmother out of a fairy tale? Not only were you berating me at every opportunity, he saw on our security camera that you were trying to get Katie to get in your car while she was playing alone in the yard, all without ever telling us. He knew there was no way you'd stop unless he got some serious dirt on you. Dirt that, if your husband found out, would get him to divorce you for sure. Then what would you do, Angie? What would you, a 30-plus-year-old housewife, do if you suddenly got booted out of your house? You'd be done for.
No, I can't believe it. How could Ryan do that to his own mother?
Stop acting like a victim, you dementia-addled degenerate. Anyway, I don't think I have to tell you at this point, but we know, Angie.
About what?
We know that the person who got into that accident with Ryan was none other than your boyfriend.
Oh, that's purely coincidence.
Coincidence? The one person in the world with a reason to hurt Ryan kills him in an accident, and you expect me to believe that's a coincidence? Earlier in the day Ryan died, he went to talk to your boyfriend. But you already told him Ryan was coming, didn't you? You told him that Ryan was on to you.
I know this looks bad, but I swear it's all a sheer coincidence. He wouldn't do something like this intentionally.
There we go, you're finally becoming a bit more honest. You were playing dumb, but I knew all along that Ryan already gave you his ultimatum. He told you he knew, could prove it, and that if you didn't want your husband to find out, to back off of me.
But you don't understand. He's a married man, too. If word got out about us, it would be awful for both of our families. My husband would leave me penniless, and his wife would take him for all he's worth.
That sounds like a motive to me. Anyway, we've already taken all of this to the police. The police are probably paying your boyfriend a visit as we speak. And once they check his cell phone records, you'll be next. It's only a matter of time.
Please wait. I'm sorry, Molly, for everything. Please forgive me.
Me? I'm not the one you should be asking for forgiveness. Ryan is. It's too bad you'll never get the chance to ask him for forgiveness yourself, because he's up in heaven right now and you're headed straight for the deepest pits of hell. As I predicted, Angie was arrested later on that same day. I heard from the arresting officer that they had to drag her kicking and screaming out of her house. And my poor father-in-law, who was at that point oblivious to everything, could only stand there in shock, mouth agape. Evidence came out that Angie had told her boyfriend to do what he knew he needed to do in order to keep their secret. They were both convicted and sentenced to spend the rest of their very short lives behind bars. As for me, I'm doing my best to focus on my family. I owe a lot to Katie. She was so strong and brave at the funeral. Roger's help was indispensable too. Ryan was blessed with a good friend. So while I treasure the memory of my husband in my heart, the best thing for me to do is to press forward. Fortunately for me, I am surrounded by wonderful people willing to help me do just that.
The next coming holiday, we'll be coming back home. Which means you will be getting ready for our arrival starting now, right? That means I need you to start cleaning out my bedroom for us to sleep in, as well as buy things that people like us will need during our stay. You have a month left before we're there, so get to it.
Huh? Emmy, it's been such a long time since I last heard from you.
I am not texting with you again right now to reminisce with you about the last time we talked to one another.
So this upcoming holiday you both will be coming back to town? Okay.
That's right, because we've been wanting to come back home to my parents' house for a bit in order to relax. Anyhow, since the two of us elites will be coming all the way back there to be with you, make sure that everything there is ready for me. And I mean ready for me in a way that would match my position. I want the inside of the house to be sparkling clean for me, and for you to have all the cooking be up to par with what I eat on the regular. And I would like for my husband, Reese, to enjoy his time at my parents' house as well. He needs to know that both my parents also mean business, and that they have a lot of money themselves, and are why I turned out so amazing. So make sure you don't do anything that would embarrass my parents or I, and make sure the house is spotless. Understand?
This is going to be my first time seeing the both of you again after such a long time. so I can try my best to make things look the best that I can before you guys arrive. However, you might need to help me with some of the stuff you want, since I'm not sure what all you'd like me to have ready for you here.
What the heck is that emotionless response from you? I will not allow you to make a fool of me when I come home with my husband. Remember that you never have married someone like my little brother. You would have never been allowed access to a family of such wealth. So make sure to follow everything I've asked from you to the letter.
You don't have to talk to me like that. By the way, what has Reese said about all of this? Is he really okay with you having me go through all that work to care for you guys? I remember him not really being the kind of man to care about things like you're asking me to.
I do not care about what Reese has to say regarding this. He happens to be loved by my dad, which means that in order to continue to have my dad loving him, he won't say anything bad about what I've asked. Now shut your mouth and get to work cleaning up the house and preparing all the things that you'll plan to cook for us. And if you even slack off for 1 second while we're there, I'm not sure what'll end up happening to you.
Understood.
I cannot believe this. I told you to get some of the best food together for us for lunch, didn't I? So then, why did you decide to make up something like these chicken tenders and french fries? I have no idea what any of this means to you. What about all of the things I said to you earlier? Did you not understand? That somehow led to you making us such embarrassing food for lunch. Can you not even read and understand the English language, you useless wife? I came all the way back here with my husband, and you've prepared me this crap to eat? Huh. You go and prepare us something only a 5-star hotel would be able to prepare for their guest. You pile of junk.
Is that all you have left to say? If that's all, then today is the last day we'll be meeting with you. I do not allow that kind of selfish behavior in this house and will not be giving you another chance.
What's all this about now? No matter what a little runt like you tries to say to me, it's not going to scare me into respecting you, huh?
It's not Carter you're talking with, but your father. And right now your father is telling you that this whole relationship I've had with you is over now after that outburst.
What? Dad! But isn't this Carter's phone number I'm texting right now?
Carter handed her phone off to me when you first started texting her. She told me she couldn't stand what you were saying to her anymore and asked me to think of some way to deal with you instead. Thank goodness I was near her when this all started, or else she would have had to try and fend for herself again. So this is the way you've been talking to my Carter this whole time then, huh? Like a complete jackass who thinks the whole world gets to revolve around her?
It's not like I've been picking on her or anything like that, Dad. I'm not some kid anymore, and neither is she. We both happen to be adults now, although I've actually made a name for myself, and I'm making my own money. Now, what's all of this about? Why did you just say today would be my last time seeing you all? Dad, we're family, aren't we? What do you think you're talking about right now?
I'm saying that we're all cutting ties to you.
Dad, are you trying to play around with me? Because if you are, it's not very funny anymore. Or could you just be a little drunk right now is all?
I knew things were like this with you. Even as your own father is telling you the outcome of your bad behavior, you're trying to pass it all off as a joke and not take responsibility for your actions.
Wait. Why are you taking her side in all of this, Dad?
Do you really have zero clue as to what your sister-in-law had to go through in order to make that dish for you? What she made for you was something that this whole family used to eat a lot in the past, when we weren't as affluent as we are now. You understand that, right? She knew that you'd be coming back home after being away from us for so long and thought that she'd make a dish from our past so that we could all sit back and bond over it again. Yet you, of all people.
Something like chicken tenders and fries is such poor garbage that I just couldn't be asked.
I understand just the kind of person you are now. Don't you ever talk to any one of us again, and that means Carter especially.
Huh? You really are trying to mess around with me now, aren't you, Dad? Well, screw you too.
Carter, I'm so sorry about what happened today.
What happened is nothing you should be apologizing to me for, Hank.
But that thing happens to be my daughter, which means I have to take responsibility for the way it acts. And for that, I'm so very sorry.
I like to believe that both you and your wife did what you could to raise her the right way. Just take a look at someone like Eden, for example. He turned out the perfect young man, all because of you and your wife's parenting.
You're right. Someone like Eden did turn out the way we wanted him to, but when it comes to my daughter, Emmy, I never expected her to change so drastically from when we had little money to where we're at now. When my company ended up turning up some major profit and we were able to stop worrying as much about money, she really did a 180. She's even begun to cause problems for my company and me in the workplace. My head really hurts now because of her. And no matter how many times I try and discipline her, she never ever listens.
I've heard about some of this stuff from Eden himself. At some point, Emmy started to only care about things like money and her image to the rest of the world. You, your wife, and your son were all okay with the person I am when I first came into your family. You never had any bias towards me. However, when it comes to Emmy...
As of right now, Eden isn't around, so in his absence, I will do everything in my power to make sure that you're okay and protected. If that brat does anything else to you, you come to me and let me know of it right away. Both my wife and I will do what we can to get rid of her. And that's because we are your family now and your ally.
Thank you so much for saying that to me. Knowing that you both have my back makes me feel a lot stronger.
Carter,
What is it?
so today it's not my dad talking to me using your phone, right?
Yesterday, I didn't have it in me to respond to you anymore. Anyway, didn't your father tell you not to talk to any of us anymore? Especially me, after what happened?
I don't care about what he said to me. I don't care at all about that. The fact that you started to even show my dad all those messages I sent was very unfair of you. And that's the only reason he ever got involved in all of this.
Unfair of me. So you wanted me to just sit there and take that crap from you yesterday?
A runt like you is nothing more than a servant to me. That means no matter what you're told, you do not fight back at me.
I married your little brother and became a part of this family, Emmy. What makes you think you can say such heartless things about your sister-in-law?
I have never once thought of you being as part of my family, ever since you married Eden. So would you stop bringing up such gut-wrenching things like a runt being a part of my family? It's absolutely disgusting.
Would you stop acting like an overgrown child, please? What did I ever do to you that's made you treat me like this? I heard from your parents that you all used to eat chicken tenders and french fries a lot when you were all younger, and that it was like a classic to you all. So I thought that by making it for your husband and you when you came back, it would bring back fond memories from the past. Also, chicken tenders happen to be one of Eden's favorite foods. Yet, for some reason, you think you have the right to say such terrible things about me now?
The fact that you cooked up some chicken tenders and fries for us to eat shows me just how much of a lowlife you really are. And what was that? One of Eden's favorite foods is chicken tenders? So that's why he was able to marry a runt like you.
So now you're going to make fun of your little brother? If you're no longer going to think of me as part of your family, then I'm going to do the same regarding you.
That would be the best outcome for all of us. I'm giving you one last chance to apologize to me, Carter. Do you really plan to continue what you're doing?
I don't care what you think anymore. And that's because I no longer think of you as part of my family.
Do you really think that you're in the position to be talking to me like that? You are far too saucy.
Wasn't it you, though, that told me I've never been like family to you first?
It doesn't matter that I don't view you as part of my family, but when you sit there acting all cruel towards me, that is something I will not forgive. You don't even have the right to say things like that to me.
You sure love to talk a lot of nonsense, don't you? But I'll have you know that it's not only me who doesn't view you as part of the family anymore.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Both your mom and dad have said to me that they no longer want to have any ties with you. And they said that they told you that as well. So did you already forget that or something?
Come on, that's just my dad joking around with me. However, when they hear what you said to me, they might seriously cut ties to you. Because unlike what they'll do to you, they've never ever kicked someone like me out of their family if they know what's good for them. I'm the one that graduated from a very esteemed university, and then went on to start my own business that's doing well. I'm an elite, as most would say. There's no merit in cutting ties to someone as amazing as me.
Well, I don't think your dad cares if there's merit to it or not now.
What are you saying? What does an outsider like you even know about my family, huh? My dad is a businessman himself, and that means he's always thinking about the merits to any choice he makes. Now how about you go ahead and use your head little there, sunshine?
To him, there are plenty of merits that he can see coming after you're gone.
Stop it with all of your lying, all right?
I'm not lying to you right now. I already heard from your dad everything I needed to know about his relation to you and what you've been doing. He's told me about how you use his name as a tool for helping you get around out in the business world. But because of that, he has had to be asked so many times now what is wrong with his daughter and why he allows you to do such things.
I am his daughter. That means I'm the one that gets to choose how I use his name or not.
And you have been abusing his name for far too long now. Anytime you go out there and cause issues, he's the one that has to take responsibility for them. You don't even know what the hell he's already had to go through because of your aimless actions. And that's why, once we've all cut ties to you, you won't be able to carry on with that bullcrap anymore. Your dad is tired of your nonsense and is going to end it all right here and now.
All of that is just your lies to try and get me to tuck my tail between my legs, right?
Not at all, because I've already been talking with your dad about you, and he's working on getting rid of you right now. And in the next couple of days, you will be hearing from his lawyer, I'm sure.
From his lawyer? I cannot believe this. He's really going to throw me out? So now you've gone and brainwashed my entire family in order to get me out of there? All of this is your doing.
I haven't even done anything yet. All of this is because you went and did the most stupid stuff an adult could do.
I'm going to make you regret ever coming into my family and talking to me like that. Dad, all of that crap about you wanting to cut ties with me is a lie, right? I just heard about this from that low-life runt bitch. Just get rid of that useless whore already, Dad.
None of what you heard from her was a joke. Like I told you before, you are never going to be seeing any of us ever again. And that means you don't ever contact your mother, you don't ever contact your brother, you don't ever contact Carter, and you don't ever contact me.
I get to decide who I want to contact whenever I want to, Dad.
Is that the reason why you've been messing around with all my colleagues then? Because of you always using my name as a way to get what you want, I've had to answer for your reckless actions. I hear that you used my name as a way to bail yourself out of trouble as well, acting as though I was the one asking you to do all those things.
I haven't been doing anything crazy, though. I've just been using your name so that I can get contracts of my own from people, and that's all.
And because of all that crap, you've gone and ruined pretty much every relation I've spent years making with all my contacts and colleagues.
Ugh, jeez. You are so freaking annoying, Dad. Then how about you strengthen those relationships you have with those people so that they aren't so easily broken by me? Then you won't have to worry about losing any more people because of me. And that would bring me some merit as well.
You cut that BS out right now. I don't give a damn about what merit you receive or whatever the hell. People are not your tools to use.
What's going on with you? As a businesswoman myself, we should be putting merit before anything else. So that's how you run a successful company. You've been doing that all your life, right?
Sure, I'm a businessman, but I've told you over and over again I did not get this company to where it is now by backstabbing all the people I've worked with and tearing everyone else down. In this world, idiots that are not able to keep the bridges they formed with their clients and their colleagues up are those that are meant to fail.
You really love to preach, but it's freaking annoying.
Someone like yourself that's used both your company and the people around it to get money will no longer be a colleague of mine, even if you're my daughter. The reason we asked that Carter go ahead and make those chicken tenders and fries for all of us to eat was because it had meaning behind it. It showed us all not to take what we have now for granted, because at any moment, everything you have can go away, and you'll be right back at the bottom again, eating only that for your meals. It also held memories that we all shared of the family we built as we went from being a poor family to a wealthy one. Yet now you've gone and ruined all of it by saying that it was not enough for you and that you can only live off fancy meals in a clean household. And now not only myself, but your mother, your brother, and Carter all feel terrible because of what you said. As someone that cannot understand nor respect their family, you are no longer a part of us. That is why I've made my choice for what to do with you. I've told everyone around me to cut ties with you so that we no longer have to be used and abused. And that includes all of the customers and clients of yours that you've been messing with behind my back.
Huh? What the hell do you think you're doing? All of those are my very important customers. If all of them end their contracts with me, my company will... Are you saying you don't care about what happens to me anymore?
I told you from the very beginning when you were starting your very own company that it would be an uphill battle, and that if you really wanted to form a reliable business where you didn't have to worry about your income anymore, you had to form bonds with your own customers and keep those relations strong. But instead, you've been using my name to take people into falsely made contracts, which later led to me receiving the bad reputation. If you think you can get away with doing that to your own father of all people, then you go ahead and fight on your own now.
Dad, if you throw me out of your family right here and right now, you're going to regret it.
Like hell I will. The only asshole that's going to be regretting everything they've done will be you after I've had everyone cut ties to you. You're going to learn to hate your existence after never once heeding any of my warnings about this.
What the hell? Blaming me for absolutely nothing? This is all that bitch's fault. Her. I'm not going to let her get away with all of this.
How many goddamn times do I have to tell you to leave that poor woman the hell alone? Emmy, damn it!
No matter what it is, all of this is your fault. My mom and dad throwing me out of their family, all of my customers ending their contracts with me. Had you never came into the family like some diseased rat, none of this would have been happening to me.
No, I don't think that's true. I think all of this was going to happen to you eventually based on all you've done.
Speaking like you're my dad himself. Are you trying to make fun of me right now?
Who the hell are you talking about? You're the one that's been making fun of all of us. I've had enough of you always talking down to me about everything. All you are to me now is some stranger that I don't even need to play nice with anymore. Because that's all you've ever thought of me this whole time. And what about your little brother? Does me being a stranger also make him a stranger too? Are you saying that this whole time Eden hasn't been like family to you?
Why the hell are you bringing up my brother's name right now?
So you don't even remember a damn thing. That day you came home to be around the three of us was your little brother's Memorial Day.
What? Is that right?
Don't you freaking dare tell me you only now just remembered that. But you know what? I'm sure that's the case because to a freaking pile of crap like you, all you care about is yourself and not a single person else. I thought when you said you were coming back home after all these years, you were coming home to be around your little brother. You, the sister that can never even come to his funeral last year after he passed away suddenly, was no longer here. So of course you didn't even know it was your brother's memorial when you came back here. That's the whole reason I served everyone one of his favorite dishes, that being chicken tenders and french fries. Yet you went and told me off for doing such a thing and criticized his favorite food.
Hey, stop trying to make me seem like some useless human being. I just forgot that it was his memorial is all. This is the reason why I hate runs like you. Always whining about the past and always running their mouth in such a rude manner. I can see now that my mom, my dad, and everyone else in this family are not good enough for me. In the end, all of you are some real low-life runs. I guess the only family that's fit for me is my husband, Reese. As long as I have Reese with me, we can fix my company, and there won't be any issues at all.
Have you still not heard anything about him?
Huh? If you think you're going to get me to react to some kind of fake news about him, it's not going to work.
That wasn't going to be my plan. It's just, I thought that he would have already talked with you about it.
What the hell are you talking about? Hurry up and freaking tell me.
Reese told me that he's going to leave you now.
What a freaking lie.
Seems that he lost his love for you watching you as you went around doing whatever you wanted with your company without any care in the world. And after what you said and did to your own family this time, he said to us that he'd use this as his chance to get away. He said to both your parents and me that if she was treating her own family like you've been, that someday he might be next.
What? What did you say? I can't even believe that. Are you really saying that my husband is going to throw myself and my company away? Does he really think he can go out and find a job for himself now?
You don't have to worry about him finding another job or not.
What?
Reese happens to be completely different from you, Emmy, and is seen as someone a lot of people can respect. Your dad even realizes that, and said that he'd be hiring him into his company now once he's left yours. It also sounded like Reese has some ideas for a company of his own that he'd like to start, so your dad will be supporting him with that financially from here on out.
What the hell are you? I've already lost all of my customers, and all of my family is cutting ties to me for good, and now my husband is going to throw me aside like the rest of you?
The one that threw all of their family away first was you, Emmy.
This was supposed to be the time where I began to expand my company even further. If all of these things really happen to me, then I'm going to be forced to live on my own? Hey, please, Carter, go and talk with my dad right now and get him to stop thinking about cutting me out of the family. Or can you at least ask him to get me some more customers?
You already know something like that is going to be impossible for us to do now.
No way it is.
You told me before that it had not been for me marrying to your brother, I would have stayed a low-life runt for the rest of my life, right? I don't doubt that at all. But the same thing applies to you, Emmy. Had you never had a dad like yours, you would have never been able to do anything because you are so useless.
What?
And now that's all I have left really to say. So from now on, please listen to what everyone has said and stop talking to me.
Oh, wait a second. Please, talk to my dad, at least for me. Carter? Carter!
Carter, Emmy really did a lot of terrible things this time.
I've told you plenty of times before that no matter what she's done to me, it is not your fault. My sister-in-law, no wait, Emmy and I are no longer a family, which means you really don't have to worry about things anymore. I sure don't care anymore, and this time I'm telling you, she won't be able to bother me anymore. Now as for you helping to defend me throughout all of this, thank you so much.
Both my wife and I promised you after our son passed away that we'd still be here to protect you and make you feel at home. And the same applies for the rest of our time on this earth.
Thank you, Hank.
I had a word with my wife about some things last night. Would you mind if perhaps my wife and I were to adopt you?
What? You're asking me if I'd like to become your child?
I'm not going to say that the idea of such a thing is impossible. After all, ever since our little boy went to heaven, my wife and I have been having you live with us, and you've been taking such great care of our needs. So we like to think that you're more than just our daughter-in-law, but our true daughter. So we thought if you were willing to do so, we'd love to legally adopt you and make you ours. Please let me know if I'm troubling you by saying this.
What you've said makes me so happy. I myself have seen both your and your wife as my real family. So if you really have me as your daughter, then I look forward to being a true member of this family, Dad. After having been abandoned by her own husband, Emmy was left by herself to try and carry the weight of her company. She made attempts to still use her dad's name in order to get new customers, but a lot of them already heard about what she'd done from Hank, and they didn't even give her a chance. But that did not stop her from fighting on, as she would reach further and further out, trying to find customers that she could work with. And although she tried and tried to keep things going, the company was performing worse and worse. And soon, she had to start cutting some of her employees' pay, as well as asking them to stay home from work as not to take any more of her money. But her frustration began to increase. She'd start taking it all out on her employees through workplace harassment, which would leave her in masses until there was nobody left working for her. And by the time she had realized that there was no hope at all for her company, the Bakes contacted her and she was forced to file for bankruptcy. Those employees of hers that she mistreated before her company collapsed would come to bite her in the butt soon after, asking for settlements because of what she'd done. And they all made it very clear to her that if she didn't settle with them there, they'd take her to court and make things even worse for her. I heard that in order to settle with all of her ex-employees that she'd harass, she had to borrow some major money, which she now had to start paying off every month. And after all that has taken place, Emmy made an attempt to go out and start looking for work as a simple office worker. But due to her past of always talking down to everyone and using her dad's name, no company in the area would hire her. This soon led to her losing her place that she'd been living at, and with no house and no money left to her name, Emmy packed what she could carry on her and left town to find work somewhere else far from here. The last thing I heard about her is that she ended up in a much larger city down south and has been working as a prostitute there, trying to make whatever she can to afford that city's much higher living cost. As for what's happened with me, in light of now being a true part of my late husband's family, I am now studying up on the company Hank runs and helping him little by little with it. Things have been going really well with the family after that mess, and always being busy with everything has become really fun for me. It seems that to Hank, teaching me about his company and how to manage it is really enjoyable for him, and at times he's even telling me that I could be the next CEO of his company if I really wanted to. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Hannah, I wanted to talk to you about something. Do you think you could maybe become a little bit more, how can I say this, interesting?
More interesting? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that.
It's just, I've been thinking lately, you're a super mature, smart, responsible, strong, independent girl, and I really like that about you. But at the same time, if we're gonna get married, that means we're gonna be together forever, right? And if I'm gonna be with someone for the rest of my life, I'd rather she be someone who's more fun to be around. You get what I'm saying?
No, I really don't. But as much as I don't want to think this is the case, are you trying to tell me that you're having second thoughts about getting married to me?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Jeez, Hannah, relax a little, will ya? You don't need to get so negative all the time. But I was thinking about my ex-girlfriend the other day, and I couldn't help but compare the two of you. One of the biggest differences between you is that she is way more interesting than you are.
Okay, well, that isn't exactly the sort of thing I want to hear from the man I'm going to be marrying in just a few days. If that's how you feel, why don't you marry your ex-girlfriend instead of me?
There you go again. I told you that's not what I'm saying. Take a deep breath, okay? Me and Shawnee broke up. It's over between us. She's married to another guy now. We're just friends now. I happen to like our relationship better now than back when we were dating. I'm not interested in marrying her anymore, okay? Remember, you're the one that I proposed to, so have a little more confidence in yourself.
If that's true, then why are you bringing up your ex-girlfriend right now? Worse, why are you comparing me to her and asking me to be more like her?
Look, you're virtually the perfect woman. You've got it all. You're gorgeous, you've got a great figure, you have a successful career, your family's loaded. Seriously, you're a way different type of woman than all my past girlfriends. If you just had this one thing, then you wouldn't be virtually perfect, you'd just be perfect.
I guess I can understand where you're coming from. But if it's so important to you that the woman you spend your life with is interesting, then maybe I'm not the person you should spend your life with.
No. You are definitely the girl for me. All I'm saying is that I wish you would be a little bit more interesting. What do you say, Hannah? Do you think you could maybe work on that portion of your personality a little bit?
I'm not really sure what to say. I mean, my personality is a result of the life I've lived up until now. I don't know if it's really possible to change it at will like you want me to. Not to mention, I don't even know what you mean by interesting. It's a pretty abstract concept. Can you be more specific?
I guess you wouldn't really get it, would you? I don't know, I guess I mean like having a better sense of humor? I think the only way I can make you understand is to show you what I mean. I'll think about a good way to show you. Give me some time, okay?
Our wedding's in just a few days, so I question the timing here. But, okay, I'll give you time.
Hey, where'd you go, Hannah? Come on, you can't really be that sad, can you? I mean, you just started crying your eyes out and darted out of the room. Didn't you like the surprise? It was hilarious. I mean, the groom's ex-girlfriend smashing a piece of cake into the bride's face? It's comic genius. What the hell were you thinking, you complete moron? What? You want me to give you a lecture on the comedic thought process? It's pretty simple, really. It's like a satirical revenge scene. You know, how dare you take my man away from me? Get it? Oh, I get it just fine. But you, however, don't seem to get it at all. Do you really have no idea what you've done? Shut up! Go and get that imbecile ex-girlfriend of yours and come to Hannah's dressing room immediately! You've got a lot of apologizing to do. What the? Why are you talking in third person? And why do you want me to come to your dressing room? Oh, I get it. You don't want to wait until tonight, huh? Nice, I'll be right there. You bumbling moron, this isn't Hannah! This is your father speaking! Hannah's not in any condition to be talking to a foul little creep like you right now! That's why I'm dealing with you, so she doesn't have to! Now, stop whatever you're doing, grab Shawnee, and get over here this instant! Oh my God! Dad? Is that really you? But I thought you were still in the chapel. Don't tell me you actually ran after Hannah. Of course I did. Someone had to undo the damage you did. If you're not here within the next 60 seconds, I'm going to drag you here myself. Hannah, I am so sorry for what happened at the wedding. I never thought you would have reacted like that. But once I saw how mad my dad was, it became crystal clear to me how badly I messed up. So, won't you please forgive me?
Never! We were never meant to be together, right from the beginning. I see that now. The wedding is canceled, our engagement is canceled, we are canceled. I am done with you forever. It's just like I told you at the wedding.
I know that's what you said. I'm trying to get you to change your mind. I feel really bad about what I did.
What happened to comic genius, huh? Honestly, what is wrong with you? How could you ever have thought that was funny? You have an appalling lack of common sense, not to mention common decency. It wasn't bar night with your buddies. It wasn't a comedy podcast. It wasn't a prank video. It was our wedding. I spent all morning getting my hair and makeup just right, and then at the very beginning of the wedding, you get your ex-girlfriend to come up to me and smash a piece of our wedding cake into my face? I know you probably didn't notice, but while you were busy laughing your full head off, everyone in the room was paralyzed in shock. Even Shawnee started to back away sheepishly once she saw everyone's reaction. There was no one laughing but you.
But it was funny! I've been laughing my head off the last few days just imagining it! Don't you remember what we talked about a few days ago? I told you I'd show you what I meant by having a sense of humor! I talked with Shawnee about a joke we could pull off at the wedding. That was the idea we came up with!
Wow, Matthew, every single text that you send me only makes you look like even more of an insensitive jerk. You thought that was funny? What about all the people in the room, huh? Did you think about how they would feel? Did you think my parents would appreciate that? Think about it. It's their daughter's big day, the moment that they've been waiting for all her life. And then she gets humiliated by her own fiance? Did you really think they'd find that funny?
Well, yeah.
My God in heaven, if you really thought that would be funny, then you should go marry someone who agrees with you. You said Shawnee was already married, didn't you? Well, isn't that a shame? Maybe you could go and talk to her husband and convince him to divorce her for you.
Hannah, please, I am in super big trouble. I had no idea that your dad had agreed to make a massive investment in my dad's company. No one ever told me about that.
Yeah, I was in the same boat as you. I didn't know either. Apparently, this was all decided in secret somewhat recently. They didn't want to influence our relationship with their business dealings, so they never told us about it. I'll bet your father never would have guessed you'd go and do something as boneheaded as this, though.
My dad is scary mad at me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he disowns me as his son at this rate.
Oh yeah? Well, that sounds like a great plan to me. I hope he cuts you off completely.
Please, don't talk like that. You don't understand. I'm in danger of becoming completely isolated from my family. I told you that I was going to take over my dad's company for him someday, right? I've been working my entire life in order to make that happen. If my dad kicks me out, all that hard work would have been for nothing. So please, Hannah, please.
I don't see any reason why I should swallow my pride, cope with the shame, and marry you just to save your future. What's in it for me? I would only be condemning myself to a lifetime of misery.
No, you won't have to worry about that. I swear, I'll make you the happiest woman in the entire world.
I don't believe a single word you say. It's all just a bunch of noise with zero substance.
I'm telling you, that's not true. I really do feel bad about what I did. I promise you, if you marry me, you will never regret it.
My mind is made up, Matthew. We're through. Oh, and since your stupid little prank is what ruined the wedding, then I'll be charging you for the full cost. You had better start saving money now because it's going to be a pretty massive bill. My oh my, isn't this an interesting development? It seems Shawnee's husband is a bit upset at her. He even hired a private detective, so he's got all the photographic evidence that he needs to prove his case. I have to say, considering the way you've been acting, I'm not entirely surprised to find out what was going on. You two have been hard at work betraying our trust.
I have no idea how this happened. Whenever she came to meet me, she always told him that she was going to hang out with her friends. I thought there was no way he would ever find out.
If you were so afraid of him finding out, I think it's a good sign that you shouldn't have been doing it in the first place. To be fair, though, I was starting to get pretty suspicious myself. I was just about to go out and find a private detective for myself.
Wait, seriously?
Yep, but Shawnee's husband saved me the expense. He even did me the favor of sending a copy of all the evidence the detective gathered. You're an even bigger scumbag than I thought.
Hey, this doesn't concern you anymore. You didn't notice while we were together, and we had already broken up by the time you found out. And I'm already paying you for the wedding, right? So just back off.
Do you think I want to have to deal with this? Shawnee's husband's lawyer called me the other day. He says that he's going to subpoena me for information about what you've been up to. Haven't you caused me enough trouble as it is? Now I'm getting dragged into a divorce battle between your mistress and her husband.
You're right. I'm sorry.
All you ever did was talk about your ex-girlfriend and how I compared to her. You even worked together with her on a plan to humiliate me at our wedding. I'd love nothing more than to never have to speak to you again. But now I'm gonna have to get a lawyer and be deposed because of you. Well, guess what? You're gonna pay for that too.
No, Hannah, don't do that. I'm already getting squeezed dry as things stand. Not to mention the stress from my life coming crashing down around me is overwhelming.
Yeah, and whose fault is that? You expected sympathy for your stress? How can you still be thinking about no one else but yourself? You had your fun at others' expense, and now the bill is coming due. You cheated on me, emotionally abused me, and humiliated me at our wedding. You disappointed your parents immensely, and even did massive damage to your dad's business. How do you think your victims all feel right now? I guarantee we're under a lot more stress than you. Except in our case, we're not responsible for what's happening to us. You are.
I told you I'm sorry.
Save it. I don't want your apologies. Now, my lawyer is going to send you a bill. It's going to cover the wedding, his legal fees for my deposition, and a healthy amount of punitive damages for my emotional pain and suffering. The number on that bill is going to be lower than I could demand from you. If you even think about blowing me off, I will file a formal lawsuit against you and completely destroy you. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Hi there, Hannah. It's me, Shawnee. I wanted to tell you how sorry I am for everything. My relationship with Matthew, the wedding, I am really sorry for everything. Shawnee, what do you want? I think you know that I'd rather not speak to you unless it's absolutely necessary. Just so you don't get any ideas, no, I will never forgive you or Matthew for anything. Trust me, I know. I wasn't expecting you to forgive me. Honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't forgive me either. I talked to Matthew and I told him that since I was just as much at fault as he is, then I'm going to pay for half of whatever he has to pay you. Oh, well, isn't that generous of you? I suppose that is only fair, seeing as how it's both of your faults that my relationship ended and my wedding was ruined. I'll be carrying the trauma from that with me for the rest of my life. No amount of money can change that. Honestly, if I had known you would be paying half, I would have demanded more from him. I know, Hannah. I deserve everything I'm getting right now. You can say that again. Your husband's divorcing you, huh? Good. You deserve to have your marriage broken up for what you did to mine. Whatever happens to you and my scumbag ex from this point on is no concern of mine. My only request is that no matter what consequences you suffer, that you suffer quietly and don't bother me ever again. I totally understand how you feel. For the record, I won't be speaking to Matthew ever again either. Huh. Is that so? What a waste. You went and ruined two people's marriages all for your selfish pleasure, and now you're breaking up? Your husband told me the other day that you were crying and begging him not to divorce you when he showed you the evidence of your affair. What a pathetic, miserable little creature you are. Hannah, I know this may not mean much coming from me, but however poorly you think of me right now, I feel much worse about myself. I'm ashamed of the person that I've allowed myself to become, and I know this isn't going to make up for anything I've done, but if you'll give me just a moment of your time, there's something that I thought you should know. I feel like I'm gonna puke every time you send me a message, so whatever you have to say, make it very quick.
Hannah, please, I'm begging you. You have to help me. There's no one else I can turn to but you. Please, Hannah, please, I'll do anything you want, but you have to save me.
I was wondering when I'd be hearing from you. I guess your dad was pretty upset when he found out, huh?
I can't believe it. Were you and Shawnee in on this together? I thought you hated her. Why would you team up against me like this?
Me? Team up with her? Give me a break. I would sooner team up with Jack the Ripper than that harlot. All she did was provide me with some useful information, which I used for my benefit.
What did you possibly stand to benefit? You're just being cruel at this point. I was already gonna get cut off by my dad, and all my family hated my guts. But then my dad calls me out of the blue today, says he wants me to come over to the house. I was thinking maybe he cooled off and was gonna let me back into the family again. But instead, I got attacked from behind by his security guards, and they locked me in one of his company's warehouses. Why is this happening?
You know why. It's because you just can't keep your pants on. It was bad enough that you were cheating on me with your ex-girlfriend, but you were cheating on me with a lot more women than just her.
Shawnee was risky because she was married, but all the other girls were single. I never thought I'd get caught. And to think that Shawnee would go out of her way to tell you about it? She doesn't have the right to screw me like this. She's just as guilty as I am.
Shawnee sure is an interesting woman, Matthew. Even as her life slides deeper and deeper down into an abyss of misery, she still has the wherewithal to grab you by the leg and drag you down deeper. That takes a lot of guts, and I'm impressed, really. You two are both incredibly adept at screwing up other people's lives. I can see why you liked her.
She didn't have anything to gain from telling you. It's not like she's in any less trouble now. My God, that woman is the worst.
I know, it was completely out of spite. Isn't that hilarious? There she was in the middle of getting reamed out by her husband for cheating on him, and then she willingly brings up the prank you two pulled on me at the wedding. Isn't it incredible what someone with nothing left to lose is willing to do? Thanks to that, her husband only got angrier at you, not her. I mean, what else could he do to her besides divorce her? So then he started digging into you to get more information that he could use against you, and boy, did he ever find it.
Hannah, I'm on my knees over here. I know I screwed up. I did absolutely terrible things to you, my parents, and a lot of other people. But you have to do something about this.
Something as in...
If you forgive me and marry me like we planned, then I'm 100% sure that my dad will forgive me too. Well, maybe 50% sure? After you sent the private detective's report to my dad, my chances dropped pretty hard.
I had to make sure that you would face the consequences, Matthew. You have caused so much trouble for me. After the wedding, I had to get deposed by Shawnee's husband's lawyer, get my own lawyer, bill you for all the costs. And now I have to personally see to it that your dad punishes you properly for your horrible behavior. Ugh, what was I thinking when I accepted your proposal? If I could go back in time, I think I would go back to the day you and I met and punch myself in the face.
Hannah, I am very aware that I did wrong by you, and I swear to God that I will do anything that you ask of me, literally anything. But please, for the love of God, you have to save me from my dad. If you don't do something, then he's gonna have me fixed.
Fixed? You mean...
Yeah, fixed as in snip, snip.
Wait, seriously? Awesome. Those two little danglers are the source of 99% of your problems and mine, aren't they? Chopping them off seems like the best possible solution to me. Wow, your dad is a really interesting guy. Why was a guy as boring as you surrounded by so many interesting people?
How can you be making fun of me at a time like this? You know what's about to happen to me.
Yeah, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. Can you call me and put the phone on speaker while they're doing it? No pictures, though. Please, God, no pictures. And it's not like you have any choice in the matter. What's happening to you now is the consequences of being unfaithful. You weren't just unfaithful to me, you were unfaithful to the women you were being unfaithful to me with. That's why Shawnee was so willing to deal with all the vitriol I threw her way and tell me about all your other girlfriends.
I know, I'm a jerk, a creep, a total loser, and I'll do anything you want. You can't just sit by and let me get fixed. If that happens, I'll never be able to get married. You know how much I want kids, right? And you want kids too, right? We can get back together and have kids, a bunch of kids, thousands of kids, as many as you want.
That was before I found out what a vile, putrid, disgusting man you really were. Honestly, I don't think you deserve to pass on your inferior genes to the next generation. Once your dad's done with you, how about becoming a crazy cat lady?
For God's sakes, Hannah, you have to do something. I've learned my lesson, trust me. I'll never mess around with other women again. I'll never talk to another woman for as long as I live. I'll never even look at them. I know that I hurt you really bad, and I'm never gonna hurt you again. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life making it up to you.
You want to make it up to me? Okay, here's what you can do. Get fixed, become homeless, and spend the rest of your life begging for cash in a falsetto tone. Then set up a live stream so I can tune in to hear your high-pitched cries for help. Whenever I need a laugh, I could always watch that scream and revel in your misery.
Anna, you were never this much of a sadist before. What happened to you?
You happened to me, Matthew. You did.
I know, but don't you get it? I'm terrified. I don't know what's gonna happen to me now.
Neither do I, but I hope it's as painful as possible.
Is there really nothing I can do to get you to forgive me?
That's right. Absolutely nothing. You know, I changed my mind. I think the best thing that can happen to me is for you to be as far away from me as possible. So I'll have your dad send you to some isolated third world hellhole. When I think about it, he's a victim of your escapades too. Maybe I'll tell him that if he cooperates, that I'll get my dad to invest in his company after all. I bet that would convince him.
Please, don't do that!
It's either that or snip snip. Make your choice.
I'll take the third world hellhole.
As you wish. I have to thank you, Matthew. You were right, I was a bit of a stiff before, wasn't I? But thanks to you, I've had more fun in the last few days than I have had in the last few years. You told me that you were going to teach me to have a sense of humor, and you totally kept your promise. Matthew kept on bugging me after that, so I eventually blocked his number. The next thing I did was go to my dad, who was still freshly angry about what happened at the wedding. He went to Matthew's dad and made him an offer he couldn't refuse. My dad would make an investment in his company, albeit smaller than the original amount, in exchange for sending Matthew to a remote wasteland. And just like that, Matthew was on a plane the very next day to a factory run by an acquaintance in a country with, less than stellar human rights. And that's where Matthew will remain for the foreseeable future, working himself to the bone for chicken feed. Matthew's dad did allow him phone privileges, so he uses his one phone call a week to call his dad, telling him how miserable he is and begging to be allowed to come home. So, congratulations to Matthew. He succeeded in giving me a sense of humor. Unfortunately for him, that sense of humor is primarily fueled by schadenfreude.
I'm sorry to have to say this, but I've changed my mind about you. I do not approve of you marrying my son, and I never will. Now, run along home, little girl.
Wait a second. Don't you think it's a little too late for you to be saying that? The wedding is in a few weeks, and you never opposed us getting married before. I thought we were having a pleasant dinner together. This was my mom's first chance to meet you. She was really looking forward to it. And now you're telling me you're withdrawing your consent to our marriage? Why are you doing this?
Do you really need to ask me? Think about it.
Jolene, I really can't think of any reason you would be saying this. Did I do something that offended you tonight? Please, if that's the case, tell me what I did.
It's not something that you did tonight. It's something that you've been doing up until tonight, but now I've learned the truth. You were lying to me.
Lying? About what?
You were hiding the fact that you came from a broken home.
A broken home?
That's right. You never told me your mother was a single mother. And not only that, you had a rather poor upbringing, didn't you? If you're willing to hide such an important part of your history from me, then I will never let you marry my son.
Why do you think I was hiding it? I mean, sure, I never stated it outright, but did I really need to?
Are you mad? Of course you did. If I didn't do a thorough check on the educational and economic history of the women my son intends to marry, it could end up causing irreparable damage to my family's name.
You're making it sound more like a job interview than a marriage.
That's because it is an interview, and you failed miserably. Listen, Mia, my family has been running the Viratex Corporation for generations. It's one of the largest industrial conglomerates in the nation. Surely you can understand that I can't simply allow any woman to marry into this family, especially not one of your low stature.
Low stature?
I have an uncanny ability to read people, dear. I took one look at your mother and instantly knew everything I needed to know about her. She's clearly poor, uneducated, ignorant, uncivilized, and worst of all, a bad dresser.
That's an incredibly unkind way to talk about someone else's mother. So tell me more about how you read my mom and I.
What needs to be said?
I want you to tell me exactly what makes you think we're poor, uneducated, and all the other insults you flung at me.
As for uneducated, you admitted that yourself, didn't you? You never went to a prestigious university or anything of the sort. And your clothes and mannerisms are what tell me you're poor. I shouldn't need to tell you that, though.
I see. So you think that people who lack degrees from prestigious universities and don't dress like they have money to burn are uncivilized and ignorant?
Yes. What's wrong with you? Stop asking me such obvious questions. It's getting obnoxious.
Oh, well, excuse me for questioning why my soon-to-be mother-in-law suddenly withdraws her blessing on the eve of the wedding. Needless to say, I find your position completely unreasonable. A person's wealth and educational background don't matter one bit in a marriage.
Oh, that's such a commoner's way of thinking. I have the Viratex Corporation's interest to think about, Mia, and I can't have you ruining my family's name. Think of all the thousands of employees in our company's employ. Do you want them all to lose their jobs because you don't know your place in society?
You're gonna have to explain your logic to me there. How could me marrying your son possibly cause them to lose their jobs?
Since you're too much of a peasant to understand, I'll teach you a thing or two. The business world is all about reputation. If my son marries you, it's only a matter of time before you commit some crime or cause some other scandal that ruins our company's reputation.
I find it strange that you keep calling it our company. You're not connected to it directly, you just happen to be married to the current CEO. You've never actually worked there, have you?
So what if I haven't? My desire to protect the company is just as strong as my husband's. After all, both my son and husband work there. Tell me, Mia, are you prepared to sacrifice yourself for the good of the company?
What kind of question is that?
That's a no, then. And if you're not willing to sacrifice yourself for the company, then you have no place in this family. I've given my all for the company since the day I married my husband.
Good for you, Jolene. I understand you object to our marriage. Your husband, however, has no such issues. And more importantly, your son and I love each other and want to get married. You're the only person who's opposed to it.
What are you trying to say, Mia? That my word doesn't mean anything in this family? I have served my husband faithfully as his wife for more than 30 years, and he's the company's CEO. Just because I'm not officially employed by the company means you can just ignore my decisions?
It's not that you don't matter. And again, I'm sure you've been an excellent wife to your husband all these years. It's just,
I've never met anyone so senseless as to treat their future mother-in-law as a non-factor. You've got some nerve, Mia. But fine, so be it. Where are you right now? Come back to the house immediately. I'll meet you in the doorway.
What for?
I have something to give you.
I see. All right, then I'm on my way back.
That's what you get for having the nerve to think that I would ever allow peasant scum like yourself to marry my dear son. And if you ever darken my doorstep with your presence again, you'll only get more of the same. Now get out and stay out.
What's the matter with you? You just threw a cup of hot tea all over me. Fortunately, I managed to block my face in time, but my arm really stings. I think you might have burned me.
I didn't burn you. You burned yourself with your impudent attitude. You should consider yourself lucky that you have good reflexes. You honed those, protecting yourself from wild animals, no doubt. I intended to hit you right in the face.
You've just crossed the line, Jolene. This is why you called me back to the house, just to throw a cup of boiling hot tea on me? You didn't even say a single word to me. You threw the tea at me the second I knocked on the door.
Why should I waste any more of my valuable time on a filthy pauper girl? 1 second of my time is worth more than you will ever make in your entire lifetime. That's how different you and I are. You didn't honestly think you would get away with being so rude to me, did you?
I was being rude? You called me and my mom poor, ignorant, uncivilized, and a bunch of other stuff that I forgot.
What's rude about that? All I did was tell the truth. And besides, even if I did decide to be rude to you, I would be perfectly justified. We elites have no need to be pleasant to those beneath us, and with that, I've officially grown tired of you. Go home, peasant, and never bother me again.
Good evening, Jolene. Just to give you a heads up, I'm going to destroy you.
What? Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I didn't give you my number. I'm Kathy, Mia's mom. We just met today. Thank you for the lovely dinner.
And what do you want?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't want anything from you. I was just letting you know that I'm going to destroy you.
Excuse me? You're going to crush me, the wife of the CEO of the great Viratex Corporation? Don't make me laugh. What's an impoverished single mother like you going to do to us?
Oh, I'm sorry. It seems like you misunderstood me. I'm not going up against the Viratex Corporation, just you. You're going down in flames, Jolene.
Oh, I'm absolutely trembling. And how are you going to do that, pray tell?
One step at a time, starting with step 1. This is something we need to address first. You just threw a cup of hot tea on my Mia, didn't you?
Well, guess what? I have the whole thing on video. You what?
Did you notice that Mia had a small pen sticking out of her vest pocket? That was actually a hidden camera. It's state of the art. We have a 4K HD quality video of the entire incident.
What? You mean Mia was recording me?
No, don't think ill of Mia. She didn't know, actually. That was all my idea. I tend to be on the overcautious side, you see. I thought it would be good to have video of our meeting today just in case something went awry. And it's a good thing I did, too. So one step is to post this video on social media and show the entire world what you did.
No!
I don't think I need to tell an elite, educated woman like yourself that you just committed assault. You even admitted by text that you were aiming for her face. If word got out that the wife of the CEO of the great and powerful Viratex Corporation has done such a thing, I don't think your company's shareholders would think very highly of that, would they?
Don't be ridiculous. That tea wasn't hot.
Oh, bless your heart. Are you really going with that?
What do you want me to say? It wasn't hot at all. I made that cup hours ago. It had completely cooled. Mia looked hot and sweaty, so I thought a nice cold cup of tea would help her cool down.
I think I might just nominate you for the Worst Excuse in the World award. All you need to do is look at the burns on Mia's arms to know it was hot.
If she has burns on her arm, she must have touched a hot stove at home or something. I don't have anything to do with it.
All right then, so you're really going to go with the tea wasn't actually hot?
I absolutely am. It's true after all.
Okie dokie. Let's check the thermal image and confirm that, shall we?
What the thermal imaging?
Time, did you check the video I sent you? You can clearly see that the cup you were holding had a much higher temperature than anything around it, including your body heat. So unless your body temperature is around 15 degrees, I'd say that confirms that the tea was, in fact, hot.
Where did you get that camera? It's equipped with thermal imaging?
I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait until later if you want to talk about camera shopping. Right now, the topic of the conversation is the fact that you lied. Well, Jolene, do you have anything to say for yourself now that you've been found out?
You're being overdramatic about all of this. I didn't intend to lie. I thought that cup was cooled. That's why I threw the tea at her. I guess I must have grabbed a new cup of tea by mistake.
My, oh my, Jolene, that's precisely what I'd expect from an elite woman like yourself. You're so immune to shame that you have no qualms about telling such a ridiculous cover story. It's like you've climbed so high on the social ladder that you circled all the way around and got back to the bottom.
You have no right to talk to me like that. I'm not on the bottom of the social ladder. You are.
Are you sure you want to keep saying that? After all, I'm having a pretty easy time getting the best of you right now. If you think I'm at the bottom of the social ladder, then what does that make you?
Oh, don't make me laugh. You're not getting the best of me. My husband is the CEO of the Viratex Corporation. Do you have any idea how powerful he is? He could crush you like an ant in an instant if he chose to do so.
But that husband of yours is out of the country on business right now, isn't he? I read about it in an article on the internet the other day. He's in the middle of working on a big project in a new market overseas. He must be terribly busy, far too busy to deal with cleaning up your messes. I wonder how he would react if he knew the sort of nonsense you were getting up to.
Don't act like you know anything about my husband. I am his wife. No one knows him better than I do. He'll forgive me with a smile, just like he always does.
Oh, you really think so? Then I guess I'll just have to call him up and see what he thinks. Be right back, Jolene.
What? You're calling him? You don't know his number. I don't understand. My husband wants to divorce me now? What in the world is going on?
Oh, I can answer that. I just talked to your husband and sent him the video of you pouring that hot tea all over Mia. As an extra special bonus, I showed him the thermography video too.
You did?
Yep, and that's not all. You remember the way you were mocking my daughter and I by text a little while ago? I also sent him a copy of that entire conversation. So yeah, your husband knows exactly what you've been up to for the last several hours.
And he's divorcing me because of that?
You understand, don't you? He doesn't have much of a choice in the matter. As the company's CEO, he has to manage all the risks to the company, including reputational ones. Considering that, it only makes sense that he wouldn't want to carry the risk of having you be his wife.
But every single word I said was the plain and simple truth.
Was it, Jolene? Was it really? You think that people with less money than you or didn't attend a university that fits your standards are uncivilized and ignorant. If you really think that way, then wow, you're even more of a lost cause than I thought.
I want answers, Kathy. For starters, why in the world did you know my husband's phone number?
I had a very close acquaintance of mine give it to me.
What? Who was it? Who could you possibly know that would be willing to give you my husband's number?
I think you know who it was. Take a moment to think about it, Jolene. Who do you know that wouldn't be very happy about the way you treated Mia?
You're kidding me. Was it really my son?
Ding, 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 we have a winner. Right you are, Jolene. It was none other than your dear son, Troy. I doubt he told you this, but he's been telling Mia and I for quite some time now that he didn't want to introduce us to you. The reason he gave was that you have a bit of an arrogant side, but I didn't think that was a fair description of you. You are nothing less than a bitter, vitriolic, narcissistic bigot.
No, I don't believe you. There's no way my boy would talk about me that way. I mean, I've always been the best mother for him that I could be. He was always number one in my book.
For what it's worth, he did tell us that your husband was a completely different person and that we could trust him. He was going to be here at dinner tonight, but he had to fly out of the country on business at the last minute. That worried Troy, who said without your husband there to keep you in line, you would no doubt say or do something awful to us. Which brings me back to the camera that Mia had with her. Would you like to know where I got it from? Troy gave it to me.
You must be joking. That was Troy's idea?
A slight correction. It was my idea. He just supplied me with the camera. I mean, do you think someone like me could get my hands on a state-of-the-art camera like that?
I am much too poor. This can't be happening. I'm not just being betrayed by my husband. My son is turning his back on me as well?
Oh, don't be too hard on the poor boys, Jolene. Actually, Troy didn't turn his back on you at all. No, he had already given up on all hope of you being a decent human being a long time ago. Your husband was the only one whose opinion of you changed today. He knew you could be a bit, shall we say, uppity, but he trusted that you would have the decency to not let your bigotry out into the open. And boy, oh boy, was he wrong. So if anything, you were the one who betrayed his trust.
But even if that were the case, which I'm not saying it is, then it would still be unfair of him to divorce me so suddenly. I deserve to have him hear my side of the story. I won't let this happen.
Weren't you talking a little while ago about how nothing is more important than the company's reputation? It seems your husband shares that point of view. He did an expert analysis of the risks that came along with having a problematic individual like you in the family, and as a result, he decided that you simply weren't worth the risk.
That's ridiculous. Sure, the company's image is important, but not more important than me. I've spent the better part of my life serving him and this company.
You really think so? Troy thinks differently. He had a lot to say about you, and none of it was very good. For example, he says that you've been burning your family's money like leaves on a bonfire.
What? Troy said that? How dare he?
Well, if you're upset at him, please don't take it out on me. I'm just telling you what he told me. If you have issues with that, I'd appreciate it if you could talk things over with each other.
I would love nothing more than to talk to him right now, but he's not responding to any of my calls or texts. I'll need you to act as a mediator between us.
A mediator?
Yes, you have to tell my husband and son that I've seen the error of my ways. Tell them I'm truly sorry for what I did to them from the bottom of my heart.
That certainly is an apology, but if you don't mind me asking, isn't there anyone else who you should be apologizing to right now?
What? Who else is there?
Well, that response from you certainly is telling.
Telling how? Stop speaking so cryptically and give me a straight answer.
It's telling in that it shows that you clearly have not seen the error of your ways, and you are not sorry from the bottom of your heart.
Yes, I am. Now, tell me who you think I need to apologize to. I'm racking my brain and I can't think of anyone but them. At least give me a hint.
You really need a hint. Take a moment and think about it, Jolene.
I'm sure you'll come up with something. No, I can't. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, boy, you really are a lost cause, Jolene. To think my poor daughter had to get stuck with someone like this for a mother-in-law.
Oh, I've got it. I need to apologize to the company.
The company?
Yes, that's got to be it. After all, my son Troy is one day going to be the next CEO of the Viratex Corporation. If I send him a message with some sort of apology for any damage I've caused to the company, then he'll forgive me for sure. I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. This will show him how serious I am about serving the family and the company. I'm a genius.
Okay, well, you go ahead and do whatever it is you're about to do. I'll leave you in peace. I think I've said just about all I can say to you.
Are you there? I wanted to say that I'm sorry. I was wrong to treat you that way.
Now you're apologizing? Don't you think you're a little bit late for that? I have been waiting for this to happen for a couple of hours now.
Blame your mother for not giving me a straight answer. She asked me so many cryptic questions. Apparently she was trying to tell me that I should apologize to you. I wish she would have at least given me a better hint.
You need a hint to realize that you should apologize to me? Well, at least you figured it out on your own.
No, that's not the case either. I can admit I need some assistance. I was sending message after message apologizing to Troy, but when he finally texted me back, he told me to apologize to you. Seriously, how was I supposed to figure that out?
Are you out of your mind? You mocked me, belittled me, insulted my mom, and for the finishing touch, you dumped a boiling hot cup of tea on me. But it still seems like you're not the least bit sorry for anything.
Can't you read? I'm trying to tell you I'm sorry right now.
No, you're not. Not for real anyway. You're only saying that you're sorry, but on the inside, you're still saying, all I did was tell the truth. Am I right?
I was, though. Tons of poor, uneducated losers are uncivilized barbarians. Speaking of which, your mother is a real piece of work. If I were you, I'd strongly consider having her committed. Or at the very least, don't let your guard down around her.
I can admit that my mom isn't exactly what most people would call normal, but it's precisely that weird side of her that makes her extremely helpful to have around in a tough situation. I mean, it was thanks to her preparation that I was able to come out on top today.
Oh, you think you've won, have you? Well, think again. I just apologized to you, and now my husband and son will forgive me for sure.
And you said my mom was a piece of work. You do realize that your husband has given you an ultimatum. You have to be out of the house by the time he gets back from his trip overseas.
Oh, but that's what he said before. Now that I've apologized, he'll change his mind.
I am speechless, completely speechless. You really do think that you're invincible, don't you? I mean, just because you said the words "I'm sorry" doesn't mean I accept or believe your apology.
What? But why now? I'm apologizing, aren't I? What is your problem anyway? Why do you have it in for me like this?
Yeah, if that's your attitude, then you're definitely not sorry for what you did. Okay, tell you what, you really want to apologize? Then you can pay me for my doctor's bills to treat the burns you caused me, as well as some extra money on top for my pain and suffering.
Deal. I'll pay you as much as you'd like. I'll just go and grab my husband's checkbook.
Not so fast, Jolene. You're going to pay for it with money you earn on your own. I'm not going to let you use your husband's money to pay me off. If you want to show you're sorry, you're going to have to work for it.
Well, if that's what you want, then I wouldn't hold your breath. I don't have any such money. And besides, wouldn't you rather get your hands on that money right away rather than forcing me to pay you myself?
Yep, my mom was right. You're a lost cause. I'm suing you for your assault. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon. Oh, and you should get a head start on moving out of your house.
Look at you, talking like some big shot. What makes you think I should listen to a single word you say?
Because I want you to be gone before I move in.
What?
Me and Troy are going to live in that house. We've already prepared for the move, so the sooner you clear out, the sooner we can move in.
Hold it right there. You can't be serious.
I'm dead serious. So yeah, start packing your things. Immediately.
You mean I'm actually being kicked out of my own house?
How many times are you going to make me say it? Yes, get out. You should stop wasting time talking to me and get to work on finding yourself a new place to live.
But how am I supposed to do that? I don't have any money of my own. What am I supposed to do from now on? Oh,
it's not going to do you any good to ask me.
This can't be happening. I've given everything for my family. I've served the company faithfully. Is this how I'm getting repaid for all of that?
Yes, I'm well aware of how much you love the Viratex Corporation. You told me that I had to be prepared to sacrifice for the company, didn't you?
I guess I did.
Well, now you're up to bat, Jolene. It's time for you to sacrifice everything for the company. Jolene fought tooth and nail until the very end to try and keep her place in that house. However, once Troy's father came home from his business trip, the two of them put an end to that. They told her that there was no way she could come back from this, called security, and had her forcibly removed from the house. It seems like all everyone in that family ever talks about is their company and the impact Jolene could have on it. But I think that deep down, the simple truth was that the two of them were just fed up with her behavior. I mean, Jolene was constantly name-dropping her husband and his company in order to put other people down. They can't have been too happy about having the name of their company used in such a way. After Jolene was removed from the house, I sued her for throwing that cup of tea on me. We settled before trial, and she took out a loan to make a single lump sum payment to me. Out in the big and scary world with no one to help her, Jolene was left to work off her debt by herself. How ironic, she spent most of her life looking down on poor people, but look at her now. I bet she's rethinking her bigoted beliefs right now. As for me, once Jolene left, me and Troy moved right in. It's now us and his father living together in their big, beautiful house. I'm happier than I ever thought I would be, and I know that I have my mom to thank for it. She's done so much for me throughout my entire life, and the way she helped me deal with Jolene was just one more thing I have to thank her for. She's done so much for me throughout my entire life, and the way she helped me deal with Jolene was just one more thing I have to thank her for. But she started visiting us like 4 or 5 times a week now. I wish she would tone it down a bit.